Guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing one of my pick a card readings, and this is for asking the question, what do I need to know this Halloween, or what is my Halloween message? So this is Halloween, this is Samhain, this is All Saints, this is Dia de los Muertos. What is my message this Halloween? And so let me show you really quick the decks that I am using. So I am, of course, using the Halloween Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. I am also using the Victoria Francis Oracle cards, just because I felt like it's a darker deck, and this is a darker part of the year. So you notice my decks are a little bit darker this time. I have one of my newer decks, Tarot de la Nuit, which is Tarot of the Night. And normally I only use 3 decks, but I felt compelled to use 4 decks today. So I'm using my Cartomancer poker deck, archetypal playing cards, which I received as a gift from my friend Steph out in Belgium. I've already pre-shuffled everything. We have 4 piles. As I was, tuning in and shuffling so that people watching this would receive, a helpful message, I really felt like a cool breeze come into this reading. So I know that there are a lot of spirits that have tried to come through in this reading so that you can receive the best and highest message for the best message for your highest good for what you need to know for this Halloween. While I do a little smudging with my Palo Santo, I want you to take a nice deep breath, center yourself, check in, tune in, and see which pile you best connect with. Above each pile I have a piece of or I have a jasmine bud flower, and I also have a piece of Yerba Santa. So Yerba Santa and jasmine above each card, just again for that love and protection, so that again the messages would be high vibe, although we're using darker decks and this is a darker part of the year. Okay, so you guys tune in while I do a little bit of smudging. Some of you may choose multiple piles, and that's okay. Some of you may choose only 1 pile, maybe just 2 piles, and some of you sometimes listen to all the messages, and that's fine too. I will post down below the time signature of each of the readings so that you can fast forward if you wish. Okay, let's start with pile number 1. What is your message this Halloween? Okay, so turning the cards over, I get Graveyard, Unnecessary Fear. This card came up before. So I have this young lady here who she appears to be a vampire, and she has spilt some of her blood on herself. We have the 5 of Cups. Beautiful images, by the way. I just want to get in so you guys can see. And the last one here is Turmoil, 6 of Swords. Okay, so I feel that whoever chose this pile is going through some sort of upheaval. Not quite a tower moment, but it's definitely a change that's noticeable and it's uncomfortable. Maybe, I don't think it's something as big as being laid off from a job, but more maybe leaving a relationship. Could be romantic, could be family, could be with a friend. But I really feel like this thing that you've been in, this relationship or this area of your life, you've been in it for quite some time, and so it feels quite comfortable. And so now that that ground has kind of been taken away, again, not in a tower moment kind of way, but where you've kind of been forced to make this decision, or you just know it's the right decision for you. That's with this 5 of Cups with leaving. I'm feeling that you're having a little bit of turmoil inside of like, this doesn't feel good. Maybe I should just stay even though I feel like crap. And with this card here, it says it's unnecessary fear. You don't need to fear not being with this person or not being in this comfy part of your life anymore, because there are better things that await you. And so here we have this girl here has, I am assuming she's just sucked somebody's blood, but she spilt on herself, and it kind of looks like she doesn't really care. Like, things can get cleaned up. And in this case, you'll probably need to use some hydrogen peroxide to clean that up. But yeah, things will work out. It may not be comfortable. It may be unfamiliar territory. It may seem scary. But what the universe is saying is there is really no need to fear, because you have all the tools you need to succeed. You are a powerhouse all your own. You don't need to rely on anyone, although maybe you've convinced yourself that you need to. And whatever mess has been made can be cleaned up. Okay, so that is the message for our first pile. So pile number 2, here is your message. Oops, I may have put these cards in upside down. All right, so let's see what we have here. Okay, so we have forgiveness, reducing burden. We have this lady surrounded by her feline friends. We have the Ace of Swords. And then we have time. So here we have the hare kind of running around the roulette wheel. We have this man kind of like on a push bike or on a push cart, going around and around and around in circles. Okay, so again with this time. Okay. Okay, so for the person that picked this pile, I'm getting that like a lot of people are going through some sort of change right now, but isn't that always the case? Aren't we always in some sort of shift or some sort of wheel of fortune? But with this one, with forgiveness, I'm getting that maybe holding a little bit of a grudge, a little bit with yourself and a little bit with somebody that you may have fought with or maybe are just not seeing eye to eye with. And what they're saying here is the best thing you can do is to forgive and forgive yourself. And I know that is so hard, that it's easier said than done. And some people will say, oh, well, what they've done is unforgivable. I'm going to hold on to it. I could never forgive them. Well, with forgiveness, and let me kind of put this in maybe some different terms, forgiveness doesn't always mean you're saying what they did is okay. You're saying that I forgive you for being human, and I don't wish to hold on to the negativity of the situation because that's just not good for me. Okay, so look out for yourself on this one and how it could adversely affect future relationships and your health. So you're telling this person, maybe it's mentally, maybe it's verbally, I release you of all of this negativity that I may be holding on to. I forgive you for being human, and what you did was not okay, but again, I forgive you for being human. And then what I see here is surrounding yourself with good people, good folks. Maybe that actually is your cats, but surround yourself with positivity. Sometimes when we want to have a quote-unquote bee-fest, we want to just talk about the situation over and over and over, and it's good to get that off your chest, but at some point it just becomes this never-ending cycle of negativity. I want to continue to talk about this negativity, and I want people to be like, yeah, and they agree with me. But it's also good to get out of that at a certain point and surround yourself with people who then say, okay, so now you've complained for, past couple of weeks. Now what are you going to do about it? They're here. They're positive. They're here to help you now move on with your life. And that's what I see with the Ace of Swords as well. I think this moving on will take some time. It's not something where like, okay, I forgive you for being human and moving on. Gosh, I feel better. I think you may feel, it may take some time to feel quote unquote better. But just know it's the right thing to do for your health, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health, to let that shiz go. Okay, so that's the big message, is let it go. It's not saying that what happened is okay or it's right. You're just letting it go. Okay? All right, so that is the message for pile 2. Pile 3, this is your message. We have, ooh, okay, here we go. I was like, whoa, did I accidentally pull 2 cards? Okay, so here we have ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA. And here we have this young lady who is kind of acting like a child right now. She's smeared her makeup. She's got her single tear, and it looks like she's destroyed her teddy bear. And then here we have the 6 of Cups. And here we have anger. Okay. So what I'm getting with this is whoever chose this pile is maybe doing a little bit of shadow work right now. Maybe, you know, as I'm like looking at the ancestor, I'm thinking of Ancestry.com, you know, people that have done the DNA tests and looking into, you know, family backgrounds and things like that. And maybe you've done a little bit of sleuthing. Maybe it wasn't through Ancestry.com, but maybe you're trying to figure out some truths about things that maybe haven't been spoken about too much in the family. And I'm thinking that also, you know, so this is all like childhood stuff. This is all looking into the past, looking into my ancestors, looking into things that are a little darker and a little harder to deal with. And that's what I'm getting here with the 6 of Cups. But here, you know, with the tearing apart of the teddy bear, I'm seeing that this person may be wishing that things were different. I wish that this person were different, or this person wasn't even in the family at all. Why did, you know, certain things have to happen in my childhood? And I get that with the anger. So there's a lot of shadow work going on with this person. And I'm getting that if you just dig deeper into your ancestry, maybe it's just through meditation, maybe you actually are building your family tree, that you will find sources of strength through that to help you through the turmoil of your childhood. So going back to people that maybe you never even met and who never even met you, taking what they did with their lives and their strength to help you. So it's like their stories. It's like if you read a novel and you connect with the characters and you're like, wow, you know, if that character can do it, I can do it too. So what I'm getting is, if you can connect with some of your ancestors in that way, it can help you move through some emotional turmoil and some anger you may be feeling from childhood. Some wrongs that you feel like were should have never happened to any child, and so therefore you have a lot of resentment and anger because of it. So maybe whatever support you're going through, maybe it's just with friends, maybe you've actually sought out a therapist or psychologist or counselor to just kind of talk through your issues, which I highly suggest counselors because and psychologists and psychiatrists, because I feel like it's really good to get things off your chest and have somebody who is well versed in helping you solve your own issues, you know, help you out with that. So as you're going through whatever, you know, counseling you may be doing, again, it could just be with friends, it's good to dive deep into some ancestry work to help you out with that. Okay, and that is the message for pile number 3. Hey, if you chose pile number 4, this is your message. So this is our final pile. All right, so it looks like we got skeleton, strength. We have this lady here, and it kind of looks like there's a pearl on top of this leaf, but she's definitely diving deep into the waters. And then here we have the Knight of Wands, and here we have Animus. Okay, so I kind of knew all these readings would be a little bit shadowy. So I get that this person is looking to start on a new venture, And again, when I say venture, it doesn't always mean career. Like maybe somebody's looking to get in shape, or maybe just diving deep into learning a new hobby. But whatever it is that they're diving into and running, headfirst, like the Knight of Wands here, they're having to do some emotional work. They're having to figure out, like, why is it that I want to set out on this journey? And it doesn't feel easy, even though, like, maybe you're starting a hobby. Sometimes when we start a hobby, it brings up other things because, we're constantly learning, and when you try new activities, it brings up new things about yourself. So here, what I get with the skeleton with strength is that you're going to move past this uncomfortable part, and it's okay to continue on with your journey. But you need to don't stop just because it's uncomfortable. So let's say, I don't know, let me give an example. If I wanted to, maybe I just really want to volunteer and help out at a hospital. Okay, and I just, not to really become a nurse myself, but maybe I just want to help out there, and that's my passion. I've always just wanted to volunteer, at a hospital, and not really make it my career, but I just want to help. Through that, I may learn things about myself and about the frailty of humanity by working at that hospital, and it may be uncomfortable, but that doesn't mean to stop doing it. You are a strong person. Those people need you. Okay, so again, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever that you're trying to pursue, you are actually affecting people in the process, and they need your presence. They need your energy. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm getting for this. I'm seeing this light here that you're being pointed in the right direction, and it may not all be pleasant, but it's definitely worth your time, and it's worth the time of the people that are affected by it, by what you're doing. All right, so that is the message for pile number 4. All right, so that's it from me, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the messages. I hope you received something that you were able to connect with, either in multiple piles or in just the pile that you selected. If you have any comments or questions, please leave that in the comment section down below. Oh wow, and I'm like looking on the camera. It looks like the candle's making an interesting image over here where my hands is. And if you want a personalized reading, something where it's just you and me one-on-one working through whatever questions you may have, then head over to www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com. I have a lot of different types of readings. I also have other things. So I have a button that will take you to my Etsy shop where I have healing salves and body sprays and handmade bracelets. And if you're looking to help support me in the creation of my own oracle decks, one day I might be able to use my own oracle in my pick a card readings, then head over to that KWT tribe over at patreon.com/kittenswaitsandtarot. So if you'd like to support me and what I do here, the support really means a lot, and I wouldn't be able to do a lot of things I do without my Patreon peeps. So I really do appreciate each and every one of them that's over there, as well as all my subscribers here on YouTube. So you also get freebies in the process if you go on over to Patreon. And that's it from me, spiritual homies. All right, so I will catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out!